guys.
Hi.
Welcome back to Free Failing.
Yeah.
I'm Jess K.
I'm Jess T.
And today we're going to talk about, which
Mhm.
I think everyone will relate to, is things that we wish we knew when we were younger, like maybe 20s ish or whatever in our
Yeah.
younger years. What would we tell ourselves?
Yeah. How many times have we heard older people
Yep.
when we were young say, "If I knew then what I know now,"
Yep.
and it's true.
And I think about it all the time. And sometimes it's in a good way. I'll be like, wow, I would have never reacted this way or would have known to do this back in the day. So I
Yeah.
do think of it often.
Especially raising adult children too,
Yep.
because the advice that we give them, I'm noticing why didn't I have that advice, or were we just too young to take that advice?
Yeah. Okay.
But
So who wants to go first with our.
okay, you.
Okay. So my main one is I wish I could have told myself as a single mom dating and
Mm,
then also after my first divorce when I was
mm,
like in my later 30s. I wish I could have told myself to prioritize my kids more and not worry so much about finding a guy because I was that chronic
yeah, you have
serial
said that.
dater.
Mm,
I was afraid to be alone when I was a single mom, never married yet. It was like a race to get the Christian husband because everyone around me was married already at like 24, like including you. So it was just like, where is he? And
mhm,
I feel so guilty
mhm.
about all the time and just the mental presence that was lacking because my energy was always
Yeah.
texting back a guy or then you're online dating and it was just and all these insignificant men. Like I think one of your strength is you're focusing on your kids and they're only little for so long. And it's something all moms hear, oh, just focus on your kids, but
Yeah.
I just couldn't.
I
So,
don't well, thank you for that. I don't think it is intentional, but there was so much survival for me because it was such a big family and such a shock that I had not
almost
that I
no
had no other
choice.
choice. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like how you
What else
gonna
was I gonna do except for hunker down and like pull up my bootstraps? So
yeah.
a nice side effect of that was that I got to focus on my kids. My kids just had me and they can just climb into my bed anytime, any age, like,
Yep.
and I'm there alone.
Yeah.
And there's no stranger in my house. But if I had it a little easier, would I have felt the need? I might, there's
Mm,
so much, but
yeah. Or even just I would tell myself to, like, enjoy it. Like, I feel
yeah.
like I did enjoy it. I shouldn't say I mean, I feel
Dating
like
or the
the
mothering?
mothering, like
Okay.
or just my own little family, like, it was me and my firstborn before I ever got married and had more kids. I wish I just could have considered that, like, you are a family. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just you're enough. Like, you guys, just the 2 of you. And then
Mm-hmm.
after my first divorce, when it was my 3 boys, I wish I could have been okay with that season of life and just experience it's just us guys. And it was I would not
Right.
even let myself think that way because it
Right.
scared me. So, and one more thing, I wish I prioritized like everyone in my life, like my friends.
Mm.
I have regrets about ways I didn't like show up for friends well enough or just be a better friend because I was you can't have a full-time job, tons of kids and dating or be in a serious relationship. There's only so much
Yeah.
energy and
Yeah.
I just wish I
Wow. That's
cuz
deep.
friends because now I'm
Yep.
divorced again and it's really my world is my kids
Yep.
and my friends and
Yep.
it actually feels great.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah. To all Justice friends. Consider
Seriously,
that a
guys,
Hallmark
I
card.
don't deserve it.
I kind of have more questions about that though. Like, do you regret, or have you not come to this thought, but do you regret the dating or do you regret the desire? Like, because if you hadn't have dated, do you think that that desire would have still been fulfilled, or do you regret the
I
desire?
regret the desire.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
because it
interesting.
was operating out of a almost like I need to, like an urgency
That
instead
you
of
now think wasn't urgent.
no, no. I had no business. I was like dating the second the ink was
Mm,
dry after my first divorce. It was just like I
mm-hmm.
couldn't be alone. Like we're missing a dad, so now I had to find a
Right,
stepdad. We're
right,
missing a husband. Like we can't. Surely this can't just
right.
be. We're gonna just live life now.
Yeah. And now
So
you're saying
I
being a
wish.
single mother is just it's a complete sentence.
Yeah,
And
it's an
that's fine.
option. Like
Right.
it
A
you might
hundred
not want
percent.
it to be, but it could be a temporary season that's
Mhm.
actually great.
Mhm.
No one talks about
And very
that.
fulfilling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom actually uh, does talk about that to me. Um, I don't know if it was after divorce or if before. She's probably said it before, but she would tell me, she was like, when I was a single mom, those were some of the best years of my life.
Really?
Yes, and she says, mostly because she was like, nobody was telling me what to do.
Yeah.
Nobody was judging me. Nobody told me when bedtime was.
Yeah.
After bedtime, it was my time, all mine. And she
Yeah.
just always talks about that. And like, no one to argue with about finances, no one to be like, aren't you gonna
Do you think that's
do their
why
hair different or whatever?
do you think that rubbed off on you in a good way though, and that made you less more okay with it when
Probably.
you know?
I have thought about that a lot too. I had a single mom for a long time, and I had my mom was young, so my father's mother did a lot of mothering of me on the
Mhm.
weekends and things like that, and she was at a older age where she could be more of that
Like
type of influence.
time, yeah.
But my grandfather passed really young. I think I was maybe 5.
Mm,
So, maybe 7? No, maybe 6, yeah. And so basically from age 6 on, I also watched my grandmother be single, and she didn't remarry because she was in a
interesting.
religious sect that felt like I guess she felt she shouldn't. I don't know what the deal is with that.
Mhm.
But she did not remarry. So for years I would go to her house and it would just be me and her. I would just go into her bedroom and look at all her nail polishes and I'd go places with her and I just
Mm.
like she was
She seemed happy, like, she
very
was like,
happy and content. She traveled. Then as I became a teenager or middle school, she'd be off traveling,
"Hmm.
mission type trips, all
Oh,
kinds
wow.
of
Oh,
stuff.
that's awesome."
And she would always bring me home like a trinket from that place. So
Oh, okay, so she wasn't just sitting home watching Jeopardy, like, she
no.
exemplified, like, living
Yeah.
a full life. I bet that did have a
It
lot to do
probably
with
did because now I'm so into the whole I haven't done solo travel, but I'm into that.
there's
Yeah.
definitely something
That's
going on in the
another, yeah,
zeitgeist with
topic.
women and in
Yeah.
individual and just, independence,
Yeah.
not in the bad sense
Yeah.
of it, but, like yeah,
INDEPE.
and I'm like, I think we're having all the I'm, like, having a revelatory moment where 'cause I'm like, wow, after my dad passed away, my mom instantly remarried,
Mm.
and it didn't go
Wow.
over well,
So that's what you
and I'm
saw.
like, "That's what I saw."
Oh.
And you know what else? I put up a fit. I was that, like, 13-year-old girl,
Mm.
like, dead-eyeing my mom, like, "I hate you, and I hate him, and do not marry him,"
Mm.
and then like, it was and, like, here I am feeling guilty that I rushed into my last marriage. I felt like my kids weren't ready,
Mm.
and that was but I don't wanna blame my mom did better than I could ever have done or
Yes, yeah,
am
yeah,
doing now, but it's just,
and
like,
she survived,
interesting.
and she survived her traumas, and
Yeah,
we're all doing the best we can do,
yeah.
but, yeah, it is
That
interesting
is I
now that
literally
you think about it.
never had that thought
Ah,
before. I feel a little bitter.
very yeah, and I'm now thinking
We're just gonna let's
therapy.
just switch up this episode. This is what we're gonna talk about 'cause I'm not ready to move on.
Yeah, wow.
What
If
were
I
you gonna
knew
say?
then but if you knew then all the things that you're even coming to the conclusion of now,
Yeah.
maybe you would've treaded more lightly,
Slow down
right?
more, like
But I'm thinking as you were talking, I was like, "Oh, and when my mom finally did remarry, it felt like such an upgrade for us." Like,
why?
well, because she was a single mom and we were living like in apartments
Oh, okay.
and I had Kmart everything, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
when he came along, he everything was better. He was like, I'm gonna buy you some Nikes. And
Oh, interesting.
what do
How
you
old were
mean
you?
you've never been to a hair salon with that hair? I'm like, yeah, it's so
How old
funny.
were you though when she remarried him? Or like when
I
he
want to say
like teenager, young?
9.
Oh, okay, young.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was a better part of your life.
Yes, and we moved to a house with a pool and he just made
I didn't know
everything
any of this.
fun. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He made everything fun, but I'm not he also wasn't perfect and it the other things came to light later in my life that she definitely dealt with some stuff and I'm like,
Hmm.
my whole thing is I what's the point of getting remarried if he's not going to make my life better? You know,
100%.
that's kind of how I
Or dating, girls.
approach it. Yeah.
Or dating.
I will never go
Mm,
backward.
mm-mm.
Like God
Or
willing.
even level up, like,
Yeah.
actually, like, north.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing for me. So I think that's why I don't just settle for
Mhm.
anybody. But also because I know even in that there's problems.
Yeah,
Or I've seen that.
yeah,
It's like, really, you really can't go in blind. It is
yeah,
not worth it.
yeah,
It can affect your everyone,
yeah,
especially your kids. So
yeah.
it's just way too serious of a situation for me.
Mm,
And because I do already have like a home and I am
yes,
set
right. It's kinda like
essentially who can do, yeah.
yeah.
Unfortunately, men can't even wipe correctly, apparently. Saying that's what the
We're in a
interweb.
mood.
We
We
are.
need more coffee.
Woo! Okay. Let's come back. Let's come
I am
back to
I am in
center.
a mood. It's
Yeah.
like I'm just in a disheartened mood regarding men. Okay.
Oh.
Alright, so I think you should do the
Yeah.
next one.
Okay. Get back on track. All right. If I could tell myself something, then, oh, like early meeting someone, not still on the same topic, and getting to know someone, not only should you not ignore the red flags in that person, but when you meet their extended family,
Oh.
um, if that's red flagging also, or
Mhm,
they don't like you or you don't like them,
mhm.
that's not going away.
So you would tell your younger self who is dating, we won't even say who you're dating, but
Yes.
if you see things and in their family,
Mm.
not only does it go away, because I've been married twice, it
It
doesn't, it almost kinda
it
amplify
it
it's
does.
not
Yes. It compounds
yeah,
and that's never going away. And you're gonna deal with that. Plus, and your kids are gonna deal with that.
yeah.
You know?
Did you have, like, a naive attitude where you thought it would, or you didn't care because you were so in love, or were you
That's a
like,
good
"Oh, just
question.
accept them because it's the Christian," like,
Ooh, that's a
because
good question. Ah.
because it's kind of, like,
Hmm.
not wrong, because you were probably like, "Oh, just love him anyways." I did the same thing when you're, like, young, dating in your 20s, but
Yeah, I think I thought he should be considered separate from his family unit
mm,
and that he's some kind of like survivor slash achiever.
yep,
But what you know is what you know and
mhm,
what you will maybe always go back to. And even with our last topic that we were just talking about, we didn't even realize how much those things affected us, like
right,
who we were steeped in for so many years, like my grandmother or my mom, my single mom. It shows up later. And I think things that, he was teabag steeped in
yeah, yeah,
showed up
painful to
later.
some.
And to the point where my kids now are like, what? They have questions and they're
Yes.
being affected. How come my grandmother's not this? Or how come
But do you talk to them like your oldest has been dating my nephew actually for years and years?
yeah.
Do you try, because I was just saying how I don't try to instill the things I've learned. I feel like I don't do that enough with my kids. Do you think that's like do you have that conversation?
Jess.
Okay.
First of all,
Well, not in relation to because her in-laws would be my sister, but
not and not only
as an
are
example.
not only will her in-laws be your sister, but they're like, "Oh."
They're perfect. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I'm always like,
I
how did we come from the same gene pool? How did this work, Lord? How did this work?
like,
So
if anything, I need to step he needs to worry about his mother-in-law at this point.
my sister's having that conversation.
Listen to your
My
sister.
sister's taking notes right now. Like, yeah, I should probably tell.
Oh,
Okay.
she is she is divorced. And she is a single parenting and she is using curse words at her children. That could come out in your life.
I don't even want to doubt. Sorry, no doubt.
No doubt.
Okay.
But yes, I
Okay.
guess with the
Let's move on.
with the rest of my children, I might have
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
with my child, I'm like, "Ooh, girl, we got we need to pull it together, or that wedding is gonna be not what they planned."
Or even like raising grandchildren together. Like it's gonna
Like,
be cool. I mean, you guys are gonna
no,
be
it's
bonded for life. So
yeah, it is.
you're
It's
blessed.
more actually, I do have conversations like, I just
I wish you
Okay.
guys, if you knew my sister, she's like
Ugh,
Mother
she's
Teresa.
literally
She's like Cinderella that the birds would sing in the morning
yes.
while she makes her bed and she would talk to. She's, I think, probably does. Like she's got
Yeah.
chickens and mini goats and
A
homeschool 8
garden and
children. She's just,
ugh,
she's
even the outfits they're wearing are like
she doesn't yell. She never swears. She never loses
she's
her
literally
temper.
like a
She's
Norman Rockwell
yeah.
painting.
I mean, there's and everybody that knows her. It's not just us.
Yeah.
It's something. It's
If
something.
anything, I do have I'll be honest, she's probably gonna hear this. I do have conversations with Grace about, like, you guys are very family oriented,
Mm,
and we kinda have a little bit of a broken family right now, and I do tell her, I'm like, "Listen, what we're not gonna do, though, they are not having the takeover." Like, they're not gonna do the total takeover of every holiday, every
well,
every event. When you have a child, like, you are sharing that
wow. Yeah, because it's funny because we do the
you
takeover where
do.
all of our husband when I had a husband and then
Mhm.
they melt like we host the Christmas and
Yeah,
Thanksgiving. And it's amazing that all 3 sisters of us have managed that.
yeah,
Like,
yes.
so I get that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't blame you.
because she's
It's
already
terrifying.
going to all of those holiday events, and
Oh,
it's like, I'm kinda like, "Well,
interesting.
when are you coming home? Or
You
when
know
are you
what's
gonna eat
cool
with
though?
us?" Yeah.
Here's what you're doing though. You're picturing 10 years from now
Yeah,
looking like the life that you're living now. Who knows? Like if
yeah.
I had a bet, I
That's
think you'll be
true.
married.
That's true, maybe.
Like
I
who
hope.
knows where you live. So it's kind of cool. It's neat because
Yeah.
we apply those things to like future thought.
Yeah.
And look how different our life was 5 years ago, like literally night and
True,
day. So praise the Lord.
true. Okay,
Okay.
your turn.
My next one, I think why are mine so sad and depressing about my kids? But
Oh.
a big one for me is I told myself that my kids are gonna be okay when I was going through, like, a hard season. So
Mhm,
even all the way from toddlerhood, and my oldest is now 24, and I feel like I could solidly say they
mhm,
will be okay no matter what because I've raised an adult child now.
right.
But you name anything that parents are struggling with in all the
Mhm,
different seasons, I
mhm.
think between the 3, I have 3 boys, think I've not dealt with every, but most of the just
The boy
hard
stuff, yeah.
things.
The
Yep,
hard boy
hard things, like teenager hard things,
yeah,
tween hard
temptations
things.
and this and that and the other, yeah.
Yeah, and and like most moms, like, if you're listening and you're a younger mom, you think it's the end of the world. You play the funeral out to like, "Oh, now
Mhm,
this is what the life is gonna look like, and this is how I let him down, and if I did XYZ differently, if I never got a divorce, remember maybe I
oh,
would've paid more attention to
yeah,
and or seen the signs," and I mean,
mm,
on and on and on.
mhm,
And now I could say and my youngest is 16, the next one's 17, so I'm not out of the woods here, I'm still raising them, but I am a different, much more confident,
mm,
mom because I just have seen what God has done. Like,
yes,
actual like, when I think of, one specifically, like, really in not that long of time, the trajectory of his, like, what
right,
his life has changed, and I
mhm,
just know it's prayer
mm,
so it increases your trust and your faith and your confidence. And I just wish I could have gone to my 33-year-old mom self. I
mm.
remember laying awake at night. I remember crying. I'm failing every one of them. I'm failing at everything. Oh, it's awful.
It
So,
is. Yeah, I can relate. It feels like they're not well, part of it is that it's not coming out the way you expected it. That's
right.
what's happening big time in my life. I'm like, this is not the plan. But
Hmm.
then I look back, I'm like, divorce wasn't the plan. A lot of things weren't the plan.
Yeah.
So I can now accept that some things that are going on in my kid's life, they aren't the plan. Type 1 diabetes in my
Mm,
daughter, that's not the plan. But those are the things that are making them who they are,
yeah.
and we have to trust that God really knew that
Yeah.
before
Yep.
so is it really my fault? Is it and I have to resist the temptation not to mm,
Hmm.
blame anyone else, you
Yep.
know?
Yeah.
Th
Because God knew that was going to happen. God knew we were going to get a divorce. God knew, like, he knew there was going to be a single mom for
yeah,
7 years. So my first didn't have a man in his life. So, but God
yeah,
knew that.
right.
So, it's fascinating because I don't think we quite understand how that all works. I feel
Mhm.
like when we get to heaven, we'll
But it kinda makes us who we are, and I'm actually thinking about our friend, a mutual friend we have. I took my youngest son and daughter swimming at her house, but I was so frustrated with my son because he was, like, kept splashing my youngest daughter, and
oh, yeah.
he was just picking at her, and he was just I feel like I'm like, "You're mean-spirited, like, what's wrong with you?"
Mhm.
And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah, you start panicking like, "Oh, is it the demon
Yes,
anger in him?"
yes,
Right? Like, anointing his bed with oil.
yes. So I'm like, I'm getting all worked up and anxious, and I'm kinda venting to her, like, "This isn't I'm worried, like, this is not
Mm.
okay." And she was like, "Oh my gosh." And so she's the mother of all boys, and
Yeah.
she looked at me and she was like, "Girl, that's her lot in life. She's a little sister. She's fine. It's gonna make her who she is." And I was like, "That is such a perspective switch that
Yes.
I needed. That
Yeah.
is very true. Why are we so controlling in but it's in our
It's
fears."
the worry. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the worry. Yeah. And that's why you need mom friends because I know
Yeah.
her and she's right. If she raised them all, they're all healthy. But I thought her
Yeah.
kids, I'm like, I don't know if they're going to live to see the next grade level. Jumping off trees, jumping off cliffs,
Straight
motorbiking with
up,
like with one leg in the air,
straight
like when they're
up.
8.
She was
So,
a different kind of mom.
whoo,
Oh my
but
gosh.
God knew like,
Wha
yep. So
it's a
just,
phase.
yeah. I'm going to put a link to a book that I read. It's called You're Gonna Make It and They Will Too by Amy Betters Midveth. She was an author that I
Oh,
worked
I need
with, and
that.
it was great. So I'm going to put that in the link because, yeah, need other moms who've walked before.
Do you actually have that book in
I do.
I wanna borrow
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Hmm. I think this one's a classic. Um, Looking back at old photos of yourself and
Yeah.
realizing how fly you were and how absolutely gorgeous and young and beautiful you were, and knowing for a fact that in that picture you were like, like
Like not
insecure.
secure. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fixing stuff. And I just really wish I kinda like, I knew, but only because other people told me. So my whole
Like your self esteem was based on others'
yes,
feedback.
validating that. And now that I've gotten older and heavier, I'm like, I don't hear that feedback.
I don't either.
So now it's
What?
only wait a minute, when's the last time
Why aren't you guys giving us put something in the comments?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not that old. We look the same. Go on. So yeah.
Hey, first, just appreciating yourself and knowing your beauty and enjoying that and
Yeah. You wish you could
just
have
enjoying
enjoyed it more.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Because looking back, I still have the same insecurities, but I actually have changed now. And it's like,
I feel the same way.
what did I waste? I think that's a common one. I know for sure. I've
Yeah.
heard other women say that, but that happened to me recently. I found this like Dropbox file of going all the way back to when my first daughter was a newborn. And I was just like, what the actual heck? Somebody should have actually been feeding me grapes and like lotioning my whole body for me. I was so beautiful
Yeah.
and thin and
Yeah.
fit. Like
Yeah.
what?
Okay, I feel that way when I look at pictures of me pregnant and right after, like when I had babies with my
Mhm.
first husband, and we didn't. I mean, I think he's a great man, but he just never affirmed, and I always there was never
Mm.
compliments, and I just like look like
Mhm.
wow, I wore a bikini at 9 months
Wow.
pregnant. No,
Yeah.
there was no nothing,
No stretch mark in
but
sight.
no, but there was no look at my wife like
Oh,
proud,
yes.
never
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
And, so I look at pictures, I'm like, I just was insecure. I
Yeah.
just was always striving. I always felt
Mm.
not pretty enough, not anything enough.
I even my hair, actually, it's funny that it's curly today, but I remember I swear I was in my 30s and I came home from something and I said to my husband at the time, I was like, "You know what I just realized?" I was like, "I just realized that the hair that I have is so unique and rare and so many people don't have it." And that's actually the bomb. Like, that's
Yeah.
something cool about me that I've been trying to flat iron, straighten, and stuff in a bun for
Really?
years, feeling not good enough because I don't have this long, beautiful, straight.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. And that's why they used to pick supermodels because they needed to have a different look. Remember the supermodel with the little gap in their tooth, or like there'd always
Yeah.
be something that has to make
Unique.
them stand
Right.
out. And
Right.
it's like that's the same concept, but
Yeah.
you just were trying to hide it.
Yep. Because I did not grow.
30s.
Yeah,
Oh,
30s.
that's
But
see, that's
I
such
was
wasted.
born in the 80s and I'm biracial and I had a white mom. So it's like, I don't think I was,
Mm,
my hair always was presented as an issue.
okay.
It was hard to
The pain in
comb,
the butt.
hard to do, hard to, yeah. It was unruly. My grandmother was like, always, how do you comb that hair? Like, it was always this negative thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I went to my Black family's house, I think they loved my hair, but it was still a problem because it was, "Why isn't your mother taking care of your hair? I can't believe your hair is like."
Really?
Yeah, so there was a lot of talk about my hair,
Oh, it's so interesting.
and then my friends, I had to have friends that were like, my white friends were like, "Oh my god, you're like a crimp and curl doll. So wait, like, yeah." They were like, "So when you straighten it, you don't wash it? For how many days?" Like, and it just stays like that? And then, um, yeah.
Interesting. I
Yeah, so I just feel like I wish I appreciated everything about me
hmm.
when it was at its most beautiful, but at the same time, even though I'm saying that,
No, I know what you mean
we'll
though.
be
Like,
most beautiful every year of our life that we're alive, thank God.
yeah.
Like, we just have to embrace it. So I guess the same thing now at 40 something.
Yep. You
We
know what?
also have to do that because
I was gonna
it's
that's what I was gonna
mhm,
say. I'm like, so I wanna apply that to now. So
yeah.
we might be falling apart a little now, but
Mm,
let's embrace,
yeah.
consider. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think we're
So
doing.
I am, and also the weight thing, which I'm sorry, I keep talking about too.
Yeah, you know.
But I do feel like, because I did know to an extent that I was like, I felt pretty, because of people would say that, or I knew like my freckles were unique or whatever. So I'd hear a lot of like compliments and things. And so I was like, to some extent content
Yeah.
with that. But I didn't realize, and I was just young and fit and I played a lot of sports, but I didn't realize how much people value a fit body or a thin body over a thick body or a fat body, which is not okay.
Yeah.
But there is a different set of, I don't know, I feel different, very different, and I'm treated differently than I was.
Okay.
I would tell myself to prioritize that over
Mm.
everything.
Mm. Yeah, I get that.
Like, I don't mean I would have prioritized it in a way that was toxic.
Right.
I just, yeah, I guess in a healthy way, I wish I had known to prioritize that over a lot of things because it does bring
Mhm.
not just that standard, that invisible or unspoken standard out there, but it does bring health and
Mm. Yeah.
you feel more comfortable in your skin.
Yeah.
And also it takes so long to get that back if you want to get it back.
Yeah, it does. And
Oh
it's
my
harder. It's
gosh.
harder.
And life only gets harder. So I
Yeah.
wish that was a built-in
Mm.
priority for me,
Mhm.
but because it was just like almost a fun natural
Like you took it
thing,
for granted. We
I
take it for
took it for
granted.
granted.
I took
Yeah.
skin elasticity for granted. Fried my freaking skin with baby oil on a trampoline.
Right.
So
Right.
wish somebody would have said something. Like my mom. But yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
My last
okay.
one. Um, I became a Christian when I was 23 and we were in the same church. And it was a very fundamental, I would say strict church.
Mhm.
Grew up, this is like purity
Yeah.
culture. So the first Christian man I dated, we had to sign a purity contract with the pastor that we couldn't kiss before marriage.
Wow.
And I saw that out. So that's just one example of I remember thinking, well, this is kind of BS, but went along with it. And then when I had my first kid, there was this program called Growing Kids God's Way, and it was so focused on spanking and discipline. But I just went lock and step because it's what everybody else was doing. It's what I guess
Mhm.
older Christians that I looked up to that had 7 babies. I just
Yeah.
followed them because that's what I wanted to be and do.
Yeah.
I wish I explored everything that I believed and believe now for my own self. Like, what does the Bible say about women preaching? I just
Mm.
thought I was raised to believe that women can't be a pastor, and that's
Yeah.
polarizing. I know there's reasons that people don't think that. I don't believe
Yeah.
that now, but I
Yeah.
used to because that's what everyone in the church said. So, and I think that made me a little
Mm.
narrow minded
Mhm.
and a little judgy and just, yeah, like just a Kool-Aid drinking. I don't have
Yeah.
any self-realized truth where most of the things I still do believe. I mean, I believe in Bible is literal. It's not that I went AWOL, but there are some things, like some probably 5 things that I wish I had
Mm.
believed or known or come
Yeah.
to, but that was not, it wasn't encouraged. Or I'm not even gonna blame anybody. I just didn't do it because I don't think I'm a naturally curious person. It just felt like everybody I respect is believing and saying the same
Yeah.
thing. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Yeah.
know. I can, yep.
Yeah.
I think we were to some extent spoon-fed a lot of things
Yeah.
that,
Kind of like groupthink, herd
yeah.
mentality.
Yeah, and I think I went along with it. I think some of it was just immaturity, not knowing otherwise, or just trusting people too
Yeah.
much when they
Yes.
told
Too
you
much.
something,
Too much.
like a pastor or this authority above you.
Yep. Or even a book, a best-selling
Yeah.
book, right? Like there's
Yeah.
some out there that the authors have recanted the entire message of a book that was a New York Times bestseller. So
Yeah.
like,
Exactly. So it was a little, it's a little naivete,
yeah,
whatever. But also the groupthink part is to be a to be good and to be highest and best within the group, you have to follow the group norms
yeah,
to such an extent, you know?
yep. You have to agree on this doctrine. Like this is wrong.
Yeah.
This is not acceptable. And there
Yeah.
was not a lot of discussion or like,
Right. And it's
it's
also a desire to be good and obedient.
yeah,
So it's very tricky because it gets muddled because we were just trying to be good
yeah,
people. But it happens in any social
yeah.
circle,
It does.
at work, at
Yeah,
school. So it's human nature to some extent. But yeah, I believed a whole lot of things that, looking back, I'm like, whoa.
yeah, yeah. I just wish I was more. I think I'm much more free thinking now
Mm,
than I was before, which feels so good. And it does apply to all the areas of life, like
yeah.
parenting or work. I'm like, okay, do you just like swallow this and just like not
Hmm.
question it a little, or
Yeah.
just maybe think of how you're going to reframe this for yourself and operate a little differently? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad I have grown in the area. But
But
one example for me is I used to like, I remember meeting someone years ago and she's like, oh, I don't go to church anymore. She worked
hmm
at a professional level with so many well-known church leaders. So she saw how they acted in private and just couldn't bring herself to go to church. And I remember thinking, oh, that's a stupid reason not to go to church. Or like I judged her. I was like, well,
hmm
then you're just bitter.
hmm
God can heal you of that. That's, you know, humans are fallible, so why would you not go to church? And now I totally get it. I almost am kind of feeling that way with everything that's going on in the Christian church with the capital C now. And
Yeah. And COVID changed a lot
yeah.
of that whole church attendance
Yeah.
mentality. And some people, all of a sudden, it was like they were no longer in the matrix. And you're like, and they were trying to tell you, hey, some of this is a little bit of the matrix.
Yeah.
And I would think the same thing. Like, no, you're a defector, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Totally.
And I'm hearing you, but I'm guarding my heart. You know what I
Yes. I'm not
mean?
gonna have your spirit of dissension come on
Yes.
me.
And now as I'm aging and maturing, I'm thinking, this is a little, it is a little clubby and culty and,
Clicky and
and
just not fake, but are we just checking a box, or how
or,
important is every week attendance?
or are we feeding a machine that needs to be fed to even
Big time.
to stay relevant?
Big time. That's how
Um,
that's what I'm just
But
questioning.
then again, is it relevant? It probably is, but it has to be done. It doesn't mean it has to be done that way.
Yeah.
It's a crazy experience.
Yep.
Christianity has been quite
Yeah. A
quite a
roller coaster.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also think that happened with some of the parents that we knew. As young parents, we'd look up to other parents who also started off super strict, or
Yeah.
purity culture, or whatever, spanking culture, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then one day you're like, wait a minute. Why? how is she wearing a bikini right now? Or
Yeah.
how
I actually
all
love
this
it. I'm like, look how far we have come from the practical burqa for child number
a
1 to
practical
spring
workout.
bikini for child number 6. Like, I actually relish in it. I'm not even saying it in a judgy way. It's like, I'm proud. It's like,
Yeah,
good
you're proud
for
because
us all. Because
you're like, I was that girl always
well,
in my heart.
that's actually a good
Yeah.
example
Yeah.
because bikinis weren't, that was the
That was
devil's
full.
garb, the devil's garb. But here we are. Most of my Christian friends are rocking the
Oh,
2-piece.
shame, shame,
Oh,
shame.
fellas,
Shame,
better
shame,
just if you're
shame.
roaming the Connecticut
Yeah.
beaches,
Or
come
or
leery.
or not worse, but even more, it's like social media. Oh my gosh. What was it was not TikTok. It was whatever came before TikTok. I think it was Musically.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. We thought that was like so bad for our kids at the time.
I have
But
no idea what you're
again,
talking about.
oh, it was like this app that was basically the precursor of a TikTok. And
Oh.
oh, we thought it was the devil. And again, our
Oh.
kids were maybe
How did I not know anything about this?
preteen, and it was pre-COVID. We're all in church. I was still homeschooling, or we were in private schools, and we thought Musically would be the end of the world. And now it's like, I think my 10-year-old
It's
is
like so
making,
benign. Like,
yeah, it's so benign.
isn't that funny?
My daughters are like, I'm just saying, they're being as appropriate as they can.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it's not the end of the world. It's just not. That is the least
Yes.
actually of my worries in my household
Yep.
is
Amen.
their silly TikTok videos. You know what
I
I'm
know.
saying?
We're
There's
20 years
way
ago, we
bigger
would have
fish to fry.
never. It would have been like, you're not
Yeah.
dancing and yeah, like letting
Yeah.
strangers see you. Like it
Yeah.
just would have, yeah.
Yeah, like that stranger danger. Somebody's gonna like I don't
Find
know
out where
what I
you
was
are.
thinking. Yeah. And
Yeah.
so life's and it changes and that's okay. And we do mature. So I guess I wish I would have maybe had ears to hear even the alternative,
Yeah.
not just the box.
Same.
I wish I would have heard people outside the box a little more.
Yeah.
And even now, as a teacher in a public school system after homeschooling and private
Mm,
schooling, the world is so big, and everything that we kind of thought was so scary is just not that scary.
yeah.
And also it's quite beautiful.
Yeah.
And also there's so much beauty in the uniqueness of different or older or
Mm,
younger or experience
yeah.
and wisdom. There's just stuff to learn.
Yeah.
Like
So true.
that we could be wrong about even right now.
I'm sure that
Yeah.
I am wrong about something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good point. Yeah. It's
fails,
always learning.
wins, fails. We'll go to
Oh my gosh.
that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel wiser just from this conversation. I feel like
Yes,
we've
thank
evolved.
you. Thanks for chatting with me,
Oh,
Jess.
okay, wins. Want to go first? Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
have a really fun win. So as any mom of any teenager can hopefully relate to, or at least share in the joy of this. So my youngest is 16, and I ran the half marathon once a couple years ago. It's not like I like didn't. I know I felt so fun.
Good for
I
you.
will say though, I would never put a bumper sticker like 13.1 on the back of my car. Like never, never, lame, lame. I
Yeah.
feel like it's
No,
the
but that's
dividing line.
actually it's amazing.
Uh,
That is. It's a big
it's yeah, like, I didn't, like, win any records, and I just, like
yeah.
my goal is just to not walk, so
Mhm.
it's like
Yeah,
that.
no, it's mind over matter. That's amazing.
The win, though, isn't signing up, it's
Oh.
that I asked my son to do it with me, and he said yes, which I had my kids are 16 and 17 are my youngest, so they won't go hiking with me, they won't ski with me in case
Mhm.
anyone spots them in public, no movies in
And
the movie theater.
they're not sporty types
He
besides.
is, the
Oh,
one
okay.
that's doing it with
Okay.
me is, so he's super in shape, and,
Oh, okay.
I just think I'm so excited because I feel like it's just gonna be such a memory, because it
Yes.
is something. Those are
Yeah.
fun. So, yeah, it's in
I
October, couple
love
months.
that.
Yeah, so excited.
I
Yeah,
love that for you.
yeah.
How about a fail or
Fail is just I honestly, you guys, I use these fails as a way to, like, keep myself accountable because 'cause they're so embarrassing to say, but I'm just gonna say it because 'cause I'm not this is what
like
we committed to just being
did you get
so
your ice
truthful.
machine fixed?
No, I'm still drinking
Okay.
contaminated
Just
ice,
okay.
and there's no ice in your cup, by the way, but
Okay.
I
Okay.
almost um, so I have to do an expense report from work, and it's so difficult for me because of so many reasons. The way my brain is wired, it's just I hate math, I procrastinate these things.
Mhm.
So it's now so overdue. I think it's gonna ding my credit, and I can't figure out because
An
I
expense what
for
credit? You have work credit? What?
so I didn't realize this when they give you a corporate card, if you don't your work pays it off, but if it goes beyond the 90 days, it's you that it's tied to, which I didn't know that. So now I'm like hustling and I'm not even hustling. I've It's been
Oh.
like months and I get calls from them every day and it's like it's a problem and this is what I always talk about. I have a problem.
Mhm.
We all have problems. I disassociate when things are
Yeah, I do too. Yeah,
overwhelming.
yeah. It's too much.
It's
It's you know
You
what? I
can't even
just
explain it
figured
actually.
this out from, and we'll talk to we're gonna have an Enneagram coach, but I
Mm,
just figured this out too in talking to her. But actually, after the fact, I do that too, and I just had the revelation. You know how there's fight, flight, or freeze?
yeah.
I think it's a freeze
So
response.
I am a freeze. I've looked into this.
Oh,
I freeze. I always said if someone
oh,
robbed me, came in the middle of the night, and all my children are here, I
yeah,
would freeze because you hear those sounds, and I just don't do
right.
anything. I'm just like, I'm going to die right here. Just come
I
get me.
don't think I freeze, but in for some reason, when it comes to finances, particularly in bill
Dang.
and work, I freeze. I
Yep.
don't know why, but
Yep.
I think if somebody came in
Yeah.
to my house, I'm
Oh no,
fighting.
I would die. Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
I would just it's happened, I've lived
Right.
alone here and there between between marriages. And there was one
Yeah.
time I was like to this day, like, what was that? And I just
Yes.
laid there and prayed, Jesus, 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 Jesus. But like I thought there was a man and I woke up the next morning, told my son about it. Like I thought we were just gonna die.
But
Sorry.
do you flight in any
No.
others? Or like do you do any of
In
the other responses?
relationships,
You probably flight.
I'm the runner
Lever.
away, I'm the
Mm.
leaver, and I just, like it'll be instant. They'll not see it coming, and then I'll just leave a voicemail or meet 'em
Irish goodbye
yeah,
dating.
yes,
I love that.
like the queen since I was
16.
16.
Okay. Okay. So your win is your
We have
running with
so
I
much
know,
to
because now
we
we
have
want to
so
talk
much
about
of a
that.
lot no, but, like, I can't wait to grow past this,
I
like, I hopefully in, like,
know.
our podcast in 5 years will be like, "I don't freeze anymore and wait
Yeah.
for my death to
Yeah.
come to me." I just, like, can't wait. It's like, it gives me hope and excitement for life, like, there's so much to live for.
I don't wait for death to come to me. Now I
Here
live.
I am, just do it quickly. It's like repenting for
10,
all my
5 years from now, we're gonna be so deep. We're gonna be like basically the
like,
next
I yeah.
yes, yes.
Alright, what's your win?
Oh my gosh. Wait, so just wanna we talked so much. I don't want your wins and fails to get lost. So the winning is
That's
running
it,
with your
yo.
son,
I'm probably not
and the
gonna be able
fail
to
was,
apply
oh,
for
your
a refinance.
expense.
I probably won't be able to refinance my mortgage this
Girl,
year because of my
you
expenses.
need help.
I know, so I'm saying
Who
it aloud.
texted us in the group chat about we need to have
Yeah.
a get together? That was such a good idea. We have to share that.
Yeah, we'll share that.
It was like
Well,
have a get together with your friends where your friends force you to do all the things that you haven't gotten
yeah,
done.
it's an accountability party, you guys, so this is
It's
brilliant.
so
So, as
brilliant.
we talked about, we just went on a girls' trip with a close group of friends that we went away, and now we're, like, always texting each other because 'cause we're on the girls' trip thread, and someone's like, "How about this? Everybody lists something you've been dreading or avoiding doing," like what I just
Mhm.
said, and then
Mhm.
when everybody does it, well, I'll check in, we'll have a party or go out to dinner. I think it's one of the most brilliant ideas I've heard in so long,
It
'cause I would
really
do it because 'cause I'm
is. It
motivated by
really
reward and
is.
fun.
Yep. We
So
should do it and like record.
should. Well, at least we'll, like, at least video it for
Yeah.
yeah.
There's these I'm a teacher, so there's these candy salad videos where the kids bring all different candy and they come in and they're like, "I'm Jalissa and I brought whatever." We should do that with our
I'll
accountability.
have my finished expense reports.
I'm Jessica. I brought my 3 months late expense report for work.
Trying to think what everybody else's though, if everybody else's was tangible, because that would be
It was
hilarious.
on there. I forgot
I'll have
what
to look
mine
it
is,
up.
but I resolved it because even just saying it out loud,
Really?
yeah, I think it held me accountable. Even saying
Wow.
it in the group chat.
That's awesome.
So I think it could be funny.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that. We'll put it on
Okay.
all right, my wins and fails. Oh, my classroom setup is such a win. I feel so good going into the school year this year. And normally I freeze, I procrastinate, I'm overwhelmed. I
I
just
would.
stand
Oh,
there and
it's a
stare at the walls. I'm like,
lot of having to do
ugh,
that at the end of summer. And
ugh.
for everyone knows that Jess is a school teacher.
It's
Fifth
so much.
grade?
Yeah, fifth grade.
Okay.
And the janitors, like, they clean your room, but you have already put everything up. like, everything
Ugh,
has to be off the floor, everything has to be kinda packed up a little.
okay.
So every single year, you have to go in there and unpack it all again and,
Is it
like,
the same
redo it.
classroom every year?
For me, it has been, but no,
Shouldn't.
in my building this year, like, 8 people or
Hmm.
there's been a lot of moves.
Oh, it's cool
Because
to
if
get
you
the
move
same
a
one.
grade, sometimes they want your classroom to be next to the other people, so they move you all the time. It's really annoying.
Okay.
But, anyway, the way I packed up last year made it really awesome for me to unpack,
Wow.
and I just also I'm not doing too much. I'm just like, "What we have
Mm.
is what we have. It worked the last couple times. I don't need to, like, reinvent the wheel," and
Shocking for
I
you
know because 'cause I'm such a
because
creative.
yeah, I picture like literal like fall
Yeah,
foliage. So
yeah.
good. Yeah,
I mean,
no.
I have I
I mean,
but
there
because
is
I
a
did that the
thorn
first time,
laughing,
but there is, like, a tree in my classroom, but
but like just the right amount where you
because
feel good about it.
yes, and because I did it the first time and I did it right, now I don't
Mm,
have to redo it, and
I
I
love stuff like
could.
that.
I did almost wanna be like, "This is getting old, I need to do something." No, no, and I might,
That's great.
but
No,
I don't have
I
any
love
help,
those
so,
moments.
anyway, I feel really good about that, and, like, I had other plans to get really organized with my laundry room. I'm so proud of my laundry room.
Oh.
I bought these 4 laundry divider thingies, like bags. They have the
Oh, are
4
they on
bags.
wheels?
Yes.
I love that. I have one.
Yep, but not
Yeah.
only did I put it where my dirty clothes go, and I labeled it, like,
Oh,
each kid or whatever the situation. My big kids do their own, but it's labeled, like, boy, girl, mom,
wow.
and, other. But then I bought another one at the clean laundry side. This is brilliant because now it's also organized on the way out.
This is a summers off situation. I'm like, can't even fathom, but it's like,
Oh, I
you
needed
made
it
this
so
is
bad, and
something.
the amount of laundry that was there in the first place with
Yeah.
stuff that does not fit people. So, just getting it organized and I'm set up for the year
Yeah.
and
No, I'm like, yeah, just having an
yeah.
area and just like
Yep.
setting yourself up. And for our first time listeners and viewers, Jess has 5 kids.
Yeah,
So
so
good
it's
God, I
really
cannot
hard.
even imagine the
Yeah,
laundry.
and
So
now when
that's
I
great.
go in there, I feel like it's been 4 days and I don't even like, I don't know, it's just
That was two
amazing.
wins though. Your laundry and your
Yeah, it's just basically get your life
oh, your
together.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah, your shizzles
Yeah,
tight right now.
but then my fail and, like, good teacher, good house
Yeah.
organizer. My fail is bad mom because, um, the other day, I was told my daughter, I'm like, "Go get your brother because 'cause we're gonna go to grandma's to go swimming." And she goes up there, she gets him or, she comes down and she's like, "Mom, guess what? He was still" and this is a 10-year-old. She was like, "I had to wake him up." And it was like 3 PM. I was like, "What?" Oh my gosh, and I knew right away. I'm like, "Oh my gosh,
Like
I have not been" I mean, we have a 3, 4 floor house, and sleeps in the attic with a teenage brother, but I was like, "Oh, he's staying up so late," and it's not like I'm, like, going to put him to bed.
yep.
Actually, he's 11, I'm sorry, and he's going into middle school, so it's not like I'm babying him like,
Right.
"Okay, honey,"
Yeah,
and
I
it's
remember when
summer.
that change first started where you're like, you go to bed before them. It's weird. It's weird
Yes,
when that happens in the
yes,
summer.
yes,
Yeah.
and so I feel so guilty
So
because
he's probably on Xbox,
yeah,
just living his
yeah,
best life up
best life,
there.
but I feel such guilt. I feel like it was, like, neglectful because how am I not on top of that? He's needs to
I
sleep
mean,
and
mine's older, but I came out to pee in the middle of the night, like literally 4 o'clock, like almost the dawn. And my teenage son was like eating cereal, like still up on his phone. And that made me
yeah,
feel like
yeah.
it's a summer thing,
It's a
but
summer thing, but I
it's
need to pull
still,
that back together real quick because school's starting soon.
oh, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
alright, so
Okay, guys, thanks
yeah,
for joining us. We'll see you next time.
bye.
Get